Well, hello everybody, live here in Hamilton, Ontario. Sorry my video's late, we're going to go through it all, but vaccine 1, vaccine 2. Got them both done right here in Hamilton. It took 28 days. Pfizer, services, I got my both Pfizers 1 and 2. It was an awful experience for me. Now that it's done and I have the vaccines, I can tell you adamantly, fuck you, Justin Trudeau, Doug Ford, and Jason Kenney. It cost me nothing, everybody. Nothing but money to secure these 2 shots. Nothing but money. I was dicked around the entire way. Change after change after change between 1 and 2. Almost didn't get it. I went back to Edmonton. Should have been good. Got my healthcare card. Oh no, it's too early. Get back to Ontario. Wait 21 days. That's what the Pfizer manufacturer, even though Trudeau himself went way out to lunch on all manufacturers' specs. 4 months out between 1 and 2. Efficacy proven, not proven effective. There's no efficacy after 4 months. No manufacturer will stamp Trudeau's vaccine. He was able to do it. When I tried to go early, they told me, no, you can't. Then the manufacturer, Pfizer, says 21 days. So 21 days I come in. I've been driving to Hamilton an hour and a half every night to line up for a vaccine because I'm from Alberta. And this is the only place I can go because I was locked in Ontario during the entire lockdown, everybody. So as an Albertan trapped here, time and time again rejected. Finally, it's the 28 days later, literally the 28 days later, just to get my civil rights to regional travel. I know a lot of people are angry about it. I had to do this. It's my choice to do it. I'm a third-class citizen. Civil rights are not enshrined anywhere in Canada. And before you all start running off about what you think civil rights are, I can tell you civil rights were shown absolutely stateside in the United States of America throughout the 60s. You will find blacks fighting for the right to a bus seat. You'll find blacks fighting for the right to use a water fountain. All municipal state power. 50 states, they went through this in tremendous fights for civil rights in the southern states. It's not a national event, you guys. The feds did finally get involved when the crime of murder was committed, when they started blowing up children's buses because of school segregation. Civil rights are not the same as your enshrined rights. These are violations done regionally and municipally, which is what we're going to get into here today. Absolutely, for the first time ever, one Canadian's going to present to you the absolute of the Canadian system. Who utilized it in what time period? And it was none other than Adolf Hitler. 1933, got the president of Germany of the time after the revolution of 1918. World War I, Germany lost. They were imposed to be a republic. They transformed. However, exactly like Canada's constitutional monarchy, they transformed from a colonial monarchy into a parliamentary republic. However, they kept the Chancellor Crown position. What is Chancellor? Well, you can find the definition of what Hitler was. It's found none other alive today and well in the Constitution of Canada Act 1867. Did you all get that? That is absolutely 4 years before the absolute change of Germany and the invoking under the empire of Chancellor. 4 years before. Where did von Bismarck get the idea for Chancellor? Oh, Canada. And who transferred the power to Adolf Hitler and gave the Chancellor full power? Oh, it was President to Adolf Hitler in 1933. You look at the Canadian Constitution, the absolute crown power vested in Governor General. A Prime Minister gets to appoint them and gives that almighty advanced colonial monarchy full autocratic power to none other than Governor General, who is sworn to Prime Minister, same as in Germany, sworn to President. Unless the President turns it over and says, go ahead, free reign, which is what Hitler did, which is what any Governor General does whenever a Prime Minister in Canada wants them to. Hitler figured this out. He was in prison after World War II. He took the time to do the exact same work I did, except for he wanted the crown for himself, just like Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh, and Aaron O'Toole, just like all leaders of every provincial or federal party in Canada. And to make matters worse, Adolf Hitler created a regional system, just like lieutenant governors in Canada of all the provinces, sworn to none other than Chancellor, sworn in Canada none other than Governor General. I know none of you know this. Academics on Twitter right now, a bunch of mine and even more, are having a world-class battle with the United Kingdom now. The United States is blowing wide open. Everyone is awoke to the work I'm doing. China has woken to the work I've done. Vladimir Putin and the Russian Federation are woke to the work I'm doing. All of the non-colonials are waking up. UK and France are fighting for their life right now on academic scales never seen for a very long time. Everyone's going at it toe to toe. How is it I can get all this work done? Because I read a tremendous volume of the greatest legal minds in the world today and yesterday. I pumped it all out in 2 years. While they've given me such tremendous insight into the world as it really is, I've given back. And now we're delivering a resolution. Now, there's Mark McCourt, a lawyer from Edmonton. He's a real CPC loyal guy. That's fine, Mark, but you're a lawyer and you tell me you're the crown. However, you also say that Indigenous genocide isn't real. That's baloney. But that's exactly what Holocaust deniers lie about till this day. But yet we know absolutely what Germany did. I know how they did it. I know it entirely. And I'm going to use exactly what Adolf Hitler used in 1933. However, everybody, I am giving absolutely all the power to you, the people, by securing Governor General and Lieutenant Governors. I need 14, as well as the 338. It's a monumental task. I need real, true, patriotic, independent, financial people that don't need to worry about the system, that can stand their ground. They have to be represented in every province right across Canada and the 3 territories. That's what I need. They won't break, won't bend, and we will take the parliament as Adolf Hitler did. No arrests, no going after socialists, no going after conservatives. That's not what we're doing here. We are going to basically end parliament, end legislature, not end government function. We're going to shut it all down. And I want you all to know, any of you can look this up, academics are just going AWOL right now. It's a Twitter fight to the likes of which no one's ever seen before. I love it. I'm following. I'm just like, yes. You know, even a guy like me can deliver a monumental blow. And I'll tell you, everybody, the unbelievable thing here is Adolf Hitler not only took out Parliament, but he absolutely, because of the same crown sworn power of Chancellor and the President giving that over to Adolf Hitler solely, every police, military, and all the highest courts in Germany were sworn to Adolf Hitler, the crown of Germany, alone. That's how he did everything and passed every law. He didn't need Parliament anymore because any challenges that were made to court was absolutely passed by the Supreme Court in Germany of the time. King's Court, Adolf Hitler's court. just as now elected Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his faithful lapdog Governor General have full authority over the Supreme Court of Canada. More than that, all the lieutenant governors of the provinces are absolutely sworn, and that means Trudeau has full power over all superior courts of every regional government in Canada. And all premiers who are absolutely autocratic with zero regional constitutions, zero, no rules of governance. All your civil rights are given to your premiers. Every Canadian. It's why things fluctuate rules up and down, because you have no civil rights except for what the elected premier of any province or territory gives you. And they can change them at will by the stroke of a pen. And they do. They remove dozens. Jason Kenney's removed the most in Canadian history just in a year and a half. Monumental amount of civil rights lost for the province of Alberta that people died for. Jason Kenney is the closest thing to Adolf Hitler as we watch Canada transform. Doug Ford's doing it too. I'm learning very fast as I go. And this is why CCP has to be done. They're going to call me racist. They already have. They're going to call me pervert. They already have. People are stabbing me in the back already. I'm used to it. I'm strong. I'll take it. But I want all Canadians to understand something. If we don't do this in 2023, we don't roll out a 338. If I didn't get these vaccinations, as Trudeau announced today, the regional governments are in charge. And because we have no civil rights, I will not be allowed into the Atlantic provinces if I don't have these. They've already banned me. Trudeau beat me to Nova Scotia. It's already been said. I have to get a swab done. I have 4 months now with these two documents, everybody. 4 months to get the party finished. Following 2 more weeks, which we're going to work on the UN resolution. I have 2 weeks before I can activate with these. And then I can absolutely take the ferry and visit each and every legislature of the Atlantic provinces, finish Quebec, as long as I have a 72-hour swab. It's called taking one for the team. There are no civil rights. This was an attack of my civil rights, but I eat it. I eat it like the proverbial shit sandwich, because I need to get this done for all Canadians. I need to get it done by 2023. Third-class citizens sacrificed quite a bit. I couldn't even get to Ontario in the pandemic through lockdowns unless I took a reactor job cut out. I took over 1,000 rem, 1/5 of my lifetime dose of radiation. That's what I did just to get here and be able to work in essential services. That's the sacrifices third-class citizens make each and every day of their life. And I had to choose to do that because I don't have a first-class advantage. I'm not recognized in the Constitution. I'm just another peon little shit-stained peasant like we all are. Not registered, not recognized in the Constitution, and you are subject absolutely to the politicians. This is real. This is the truth. And regardless of how people feel, I wouldn't mandate vaccines, but this is how I'm going to finish the party, and it was the only way. It was the only way, everybody. It was the only way. And there's nothing, no fear, no nothing that's going to stop me. I don't care. I don't care. I have no fear of COVID, no fear of a vaccine. I have no fear of nuclear reactors and radiation doses. I'm going to get the job done. I'm going to live long enough at least to see this through. God bless everybody. Stay tuned for more. Tomorrow we start resolution in the UN. For those who don't understand, the UNSC P5 plus the UNSC total of 18, which is 13 more elected. Learn it. It's the #1 organ of the UN. It is the allies of World War II and those deemed to back that up. If you want to learn international law, that's where it is. You can fart around with the General Assembly loaded with countries shit-stained like Canada, filled with Trudeaus and worse. 70% of them. They're an ideas machine, last tier of the UN. sixth and final organ, and are only given power when the P5 say they can have power, which is hardly ever. Hardly ever. And right now we're taking one UNSC P5 member. We're going to build a UN resolution. I'm going to do it with all of you. Day by day, we're going to go through it. I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to craft and show you, and you're going to send your submissions in focused on the task at hand, children's genocide. We're going to show you the history of colonialism in international law, and we're going to honor all 5 members of the P5 together. First Nations, Canadians who want to participate 1 hour a night after work. We're going to do this for the next 2 weeks until I'm on a ferry to the Atlantic provinces, until I'm through Quebec, and that is that. There is no stopping the third class. We're too smart for them, everybody. They messed with the wrong bulls and the wrong steers, and we're coming to get them. The Joe Jane has had enough, and we're going to fix them. I'm going to show you all how. God bless. Good night. Got a long drive home. I know. Thanks for tuning in. Share, share, share. It's monumental. We're this close. Shitty Pants, Trudeau, O'Toole saying they're done like dinner. The lies are coming to an end. The allies are awoke, and mark my words, this shit stain called Canada is over, and we're going to deliver 2023, and there isn't a fucking thing they can do about it. You hear me, Trudeau? You hear me sing? You hear me, O'Toole? Nothing. You guys are fucked.